I think that's a nice feature because I think the bottom rear end I have, a lot of people are paying to get that. Now, if only I had a flat stomach and everything else was chiseled in, I would probably be great. So I'm gonna get there though. I think I'm gonna get there. So what do you guys think? What is your best feature? What is your best feature? Mel says, or just don't want to jinx things. Yes, that's true. That's true. Yes, my sisters and friends are too nosy. They say they need to say less and just listen as I do to them. Yes. And Mel, have you ever thought about telling them that though? Saying, okay, and sometimes I've said this to friends, like, I just want you to listen. And people have said that to me. I want you to just listen. I don't necessarily want you to comment. I just need a listener right now. I have one friend who says that every time she starts a sentence, pretty much, if she's telling you something deep or she's upset. And I think that's a great way to set the conversation up so that you know the expectation, right? So that's just a little tip. Delilah, I do not discuss the issues David and I have with anyone who I'm not asking for prayer about our situation. I only ask for prayer about my relationship with one or two people, but no one else. I think that's good. Keep it close to your heart. I think the bad part is when you do share with family and friends. If I told my dad something that somebody like a guy did, oh my gosh, he would have to dig himself out of a huge hole to get back on that good side. I have learned as I have aged not to share certain things. If I'm going to share it, it's over. You may as well say it's over because then they do start to dislike. Yes, they start to dislike your partner and take your side, even if you're in the wrong. Yeah, I do have some friends who might say, "Oh no, that you shouldn't have done A, B, and C." But a lot of times, your friends are with you, right? They're like your ride or dies, and they're gonna make feel like you're right no matter what. My best feature is my booty and your lips. Oh yes, okay, okay, very cool, very cool. And you are pretty, Linda. I love your pics. You have a versatile style. Like you're not just like a one trick pony, right? I feel like you have some different looks going on. Delilah says, I agree. You do have a nice smile. Thank you, thank you, thank you. And I don't really like to smile now because at the bottom of my, most people have like a gap at the top of their teeth, like the front teeth. I have one on the side. And I actually blame my dentist, like not the one I have now, but the one I had previously, because I remember when I saw that space like forming, I said to my dentist, like, let's fix this. He's, oh no, people pay to get your smile. You're fine, which I thought he's telling me the truth, right? Because that's more money for him. Over time, little did I know it was gonna get bigger, and then it made a space at the bottom of my teeth. So I went to a dentist who told me that it was so big, the space, that they didn't think they would be able to fix it with an Invisalign. Is that what's called, Invisalign? So now I'm told they would be able to fix it. So I don't know. So I'm gonna look into getting that maybe this summer. I don't know. So it bothers me, but then again, it's what can I do? It's not like a missing tooth. It's just like a gap. Like it's a gap in the wrong place. I guess most people have their gaps like in the front. So yeah, I feel like it's huge now. It's huge now. So yeah, I'm so annoyed with that dentist. When I was young and 15, 20 years ago, I could have fixed that in a heartbeat. All right, so Linda says, my hubby loves the shape of my legs. Yes, 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 yes. I love that. I love that. My best feature is my eyes. Oh, yes. And you have a beautiful profile pic too. Delilah says, Mel and I have had to tell friends and family, I don't want to debate. I only need to get this out. Thanks for listening. Yes, 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 yes. So, yeah, Mel, that's a good thing to try with your friends. Mel says, my best feature is my intellect and my face based on my last few exes. I like my body now, but probably slightly thin for certain men. Can't win for losing out there. Isn't that so true? Isn't that so true? I agree. I agree. But you know what? I think you are very smart. Some of the things you add to the comments or any comment I've really seen you make has been excellent, excellent, excellent advice. So I would agree with that. And you, of course, look at that profile pic. You are beautiful. I love that. Linda said, so true. Some things should stay between the couple because you can make up and family is giving him the side eye when he comes around. Yes, I have been there, done that, and I've learned to do that over time. Thanks for that, Linda. I have the same issue, D. It looks like I have a tooth missing from the front of my bottom teeth, but it's really, I'm just twisting. It's like a twisting tooth. Are you trying to say that? Okay. Delilah, good for you. Simply Taisha, happy Friday. We're talking about all things relationship. It's simply Taisha, since you are on here, tell us what your best feature is. Either you think about your body, it could be anything on your body, or what your husband also thinks your best feature is. Like, so if you're in a dating situation, and I've seen some dating shows where, it's funny because I've seen dating shows where a couple has been there and they started talking, saying all kind of negative things about themselves. And I just thought that's not a good way to go. It's not a good way to go. Now, when both people tend to do it, it may work, right? Because they're both in the same place. But if you have a really confident lady and the man is doing it, or a really confident man and the lady is doing it, ultimately it can be a huge turn off. And that's why we want to focus on the good things about ourselves, and we want to lead with that. So male's going to lead with that intellect. You could be smart and funny, because she said she's told she's sweet and funny. I think I remember you saying that. I'm going to lead with that smile, because I think that's one of my best features. I'm also going to lead with intellect too, but I have to make sure that I'm not like saying too much. You know what I'm saying? But just letting them lead the conversation, and sometimes I could lead it, but just trying not to be like so overly talkative. Just trying to scale it back and let's let it flow. Does anybody have any other comments before we move on? I've been told my smile and eyes. Yes, yes, yes. I can see that. You do have a beautiful smile. You do. And Mel saying, hello. Yes, you have gorgeous eyes and a pretty smile for sure. Yes, 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 yes. Very good. We love that. Okay, so let's go to the next one. This is so good. I'm learning a lot. Thank you, ladies. Set boundaries and standards. Now, this is a huge one. This is a huge one. Are we setting boundaries, and do we have standards? And even in your marriage, what are your boundaries and your standards with your husband? So I know sometimes I have some married friends that their husband is out at, hanging out at the bars and stuff on a Saturday night, coming in at 3 and 4 in the morning, and the wife does not go out. I've known it to be in reverse too, where the husband is at home and the wife has stayed out and has started staying out late. And yeah, it's like that boundary was set up, they said, and then they crossed it. So I know in a marriage, this could be a huge thing too. So for me, being single and dating out here, setting some boundaries and standards. So my boundary is going to be being respectful, not yelling and shouting at each other. I think sometimes that can maybe get out of hand if you let it, because I think you teach people how to treat you. And once you allow it, it just sounds like it snowballs. And some people have that Bobby Whitney effect where they want to fight all the time. I'm not one of those people that want to do that. And yeah, setting those boundaries. And my standards are, I do have high expectations. I have high expectations of myself. I have high expectations of others. And one thing I have to learn, and I'm a work in progress, but I've gotten so much better in my 50s. I have a big heart. I lead with my heart. Now, I'm not taken advantage of though, because I have learned to put my foot down, but I am known to give people a chance to get it right. And sometimes that doesn't always happen. Sometimes I end up getting the raw end of the deal. And so I think I let friendships get away with that more so than relationships. I'm one of those cutthroat. I was told I date like a guy. Every guy I've pretty much dated has said to me I date like a guy. So I have to learn how to scale that back and have standards, but not have unrealistic expectations in a relationship. So that's something I'm working on. Yeah, I'm learning a lot from you guys, Linda, Taisha, all you ladies that are happily married. Let's see, what are you guys saying? So Delilah says, remember, simple setting the boundaries aren't enough. You need to be willing to enforce them, or don't bother setting them. Yes, that is so true. You got to be willing to enforce them. And don't people say that all the time? Like, I won't tolerate this. And then that happens. And then they're still there. I won't tolerate that. And then that happens. And they're still there. Now, I think in a marriage, it may be a little different, because in a marriage, you're committed. I can see, I don't know if you guys ever heard this story about Al Gore, our former vice president. Him and his wife, I believe, got a divorce. And someone had asked them, they've been married, I want to say 40, 50 years. I don't know if somebody can check that in the chat and on your phone, but I think they have been married 40 years or so. And somebody asked, why are you getting a divorce? You've been married all this time. Why don't you just stick it out and work it out? And I'll never forget what he said. He said, at this age, we decided we wanted to grow older. We wanted to grow older happy. We didn't just want to grow older and be together just to say we were together. And I thought, now that's the realest thing I've ever heard him say. Oh, that's the realest thing I ever heard him say. I thought that is so true. And I feel like I'm at that stage. I'm 50. I always say I don't want to be a fool in my 50s. Like I saved that for all the way back then. As I'm getting older, I want to be wiser and make smart choices. And I don't want to do anything out of desperation. Yeah, I'm gonna have those boundaries and I think I'm really gonna stick to them. But at the same time, I do want to take into consideration that people aren't perfect, right? And they are going to make mistakes. And I am going to have to learn how to forgive things and keep it moving. And I'm not saying some drastic thing, but I'm just saying some little things. You just got to be able to compromise on some things. Dee Dee is going to have everyone in here hyped about themselves. Yes, 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 yes. We got to get hyped about ourselves. If we don't hype ourselves up, who else is going to do it?